Oh, and the thing that I've heard all over and over again. Oh, Hamas is using civilians as human shields. Like, right now, it doesn't make any sense for me. Like, right now, I see what a bluff it was, what a lie it was, because there is no evidence that Hamas was hiding under the hospitals. And by the way, you remember that there's the during it was already during First and Second World War, there was this rule that you do not attack hospitals during war. This is the worst crime. This already is war. This crime against humanity. This is the genocide already. So I know I'm speaking too little. I'm doing too little, too late. It's too late to speak out. I should have done that earlier, but I was also bought into this narrative that it's all the time there's things are happening in the world, and there's so much misery, and if I was supposed to take it upon my shoulders, I would get mental, and stories like that are taking toll on my mental health, and this is true. That's why I should actually stay away from it, from misery, especially of children. Uh, a simple story about a child being like, there was this case of Sarah Sharif in England. It made me crying for 3 weeks. But going back, so yeah, I should stay away to stay mentally, or to stay sane. I shouldn't involve myself in such things. After I saw the article in the NRK, which is a Norwegian mainstream media broadcaster, main one, and the newspaper, then I've read, and as I said, I didn't follow enough the conflict, the genocide enough. I've read that they closed Gaza for almost 3 months from any food and aid, and this was like mind blowing. I thought, is this even allowed? What the fuck is going on? I don't know even if I introduced myself, but my point is, I'm Polish. There's no fucking almost mention in Polish media about what is going on, or at least it's downplayed what is happening to Palestinians, because the Israelis must be the good guys. I don't know if you were aware, I wasn't aware until recently, that Netanyahu has Polish roots, not only roots. As far as I have read this day, I think his father was Polish. Yeah, his father was born in Warsaw. So that's the whole. Yeah, that's so disappointing. I'm very disappointed, I must say, very hurt and disappointed over my fellow citizens and fellow Poles, including. I'm not personally disappointed in my friends, but there's no awareness. There's absolutely no awareness. So after this article, exactly, I'm speaking so chaotically. It's typical for me, because there's so many things to be said and so many emotions. After this article, I thought, it's just mind-boggling. I hated the guy already, Netanyahu. I realized, no, this is taking too long time. The Hamas killed 1,200 people. They killed 60,000 ongoing, still counting. Probably more than around 80,000, because as we said, the numbers are there downplayed in the news mainstream media. And I changed my. I was always like laughing at that, but I changed my profile picture to Netanyahu, like those wanted poster with his face, and I'm a piece of shit. And I changed to also put a Palestinian flag under that. And I was just shocked at the lack of response. It was not for the response, but still, like, it was not to get attention onto myself. It was more like, I cannot stand anymore, stand by, just watch it passively, what is going on. And there was like four, not a single comment, but maybe two likes, and totally like four some reactions, and that's it. And that made me realize how bad that is. I'm very rarely on Facebook, but except for one journalist that I follow, Polish journalist, who is, I would say, more maybe entertainment journalist. I don't, yeah, I'm not sure how to exactly categorize her. Martyna Wojciechowska. She wrote about the Gaza, not conflict, but the genocide. She called it a genocide. That and her comment was that there's no reaction. But Polish politicians pretend there's nothing going on. Everything's fine. And changing my profile picture made me realize that's exactly what is, exactly the Poles don't understand what is going on and why it's so outraging. Because when the Ukrainian war started, I was not the one to put Ukrainian flag on my profile picture because I thought I don't know enough, and yeah, Putin is surely a bad guy, but Ukraine is corrupt. I've heard it from Ukrainians, and so I didn't know enough to engage myself. But everyone, and not everyone, but I don't know, 80% of the people I know had so many things to say about Putin, that of course the worst things, he is a war criminal, he's this, he's that, he's that. Had the Ukrainian flags in their profile pictures. Here in Norway, some people also had the Ukrainian flag on their profile pictures. In the profile pictures. And exactly, that's why that shocked me. That, oh, why you were so engaged in Ukraine? I understand this is just next to us. That's why the threat maybe felt more real. That's also cooks down to the fact that we always actually, as a humans, we are we care the most about what is going on in our backyard, not anywhere else. But I was shocked because I realized Netanyahu, his government, Israel, created the biggest concentration camp since Second World War, the biggest we have seen. Auschwitz concentration camp in Oświęcim in Poland had 800,000 people. So my point is, concentration camp with 2 million people, over half of it children, and it's like, oh, that's not a problem, it's not our backyard. Jews, I just feel that there is this narrative in Poland which I want to end with. Maybe I can help in doing it. I want to end the narrative that we believed in for 80 years, since the end of Second World War, that Jews are only victims. There are plenty of Jews that are now demonstrating against Netanyahu in Tel Aviv, and that's great. I'm not saying that every single person is for what is going on, but we are still living in the past. As Poles, we are still living in the past, in the Second World War, in the concentration camps, in Jews being executed, killed in the most horrific ways, and you know that. So we turn a blind eye that the same exact thing is happening in Palestine right now as we speak. The genocide is ongoing. There's the biggest concentration camp ever. And we just ignore it because, yeah, it's not close to home. So, first of all, I want to say not all of us ignore that, think that yeah, Jews have a monopoly for doing anything they want. Netanyahu and the circle of evil around him, they are Zionists. There's no doubt about it. they don't care about what happened in during the Hamas, the attack, the terrorist attack of Hamas. They cherish it. They love it because now, or not now, for 2 years ago, they got excuse in their heads. They got excuse to exterminate Palestinians, to uh, to just annihilate them and yeah, make them perish because they want to expand their territory that they thought that they have right to. And by the way, as I mentioned, Netanyahu is has Polish roots, or is half Polish or basic Polish, and I denounce him. He's nothing to me. He is a monster, and I really hope there will be equivalent of Nuremberg trials, and you, Netanyahu, will be guilty of war crimes. Actually, you deserve to be hanged. You should be hanged, but probably the punishment, capital punishment, is not a thing now anymore, even though you deserve it. You will be damned guilty of war crimes. You are basically a Jewish equivalent of a Nazi. Shame on you. You should feel the pain of people that they went through during the Second World War. Your people, my people, and you became the same monster that you guys were fighting. Your ancestors were fighting. You're disgusting. You're nothing. And Mr. Trump, by the way, I'm ashamed to say that I was kind of your supporter. In terms of some liberal issues that we're facing nowadays. But if you don't stop it now, today, cutting the ties with Israel and financing this genocide, you will prove your enemies right, Democrats and many other enemies, that they were right all along about you, that you are a Nazi, that you are a racist, because I thought that you care about children, the way you were showing concern for children trafficked through the border, etc., in USA, from Mexico and USA. But if you continue this, if you take part in this genocide, if you sponsor it, you will also be guilty of the war crimes and probably arrested and imprisoned. Maybe you think now you can get away with anything. I mean, definitely Netanyahu thinks so. But I thought that you were more humane. Definitely, I thought that about J.D. Vance. I had a huge respect for him, but not now anymore, because he showed to be your puppet. You showed to side with evil. You must understand that if you don't stop it now, you will be deemed a war criminal, someone who took part in a genocide, and it will be in history books. Do you want this on you? Really? So, yeah, more to be said soon.